In this video, you will learn 10 scientifically based signs that a man is attracted to you. These signs include both body language clues as well as physiological reactions that we all experience when we like someone. So if you see these signs, you can be sure that he's attracted, even if he hasn't come out and told you yet. Don't go anywhere because we're starting right now. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borrello and I'm a psychologist and a relationship coach. This channel is all about helping you build great relationships so you can grow happy with the people you love. So if you're interested in making your love life the best part of your life, start now by clicking the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you aren't missing anything. Okay, on to the signs that he's attracted to you. First, why is it important that you know these signs? Well, perhaps you're interested in someone who is shy and hasn't asked you out. Or maybe you're interested in someone that you work with or you go to school with, but you aren't sure if he also likes you back. Obviously, it's not easy to come out and ask him because if he isn't interested, it could be super awkward. The good news is that when we are physically attracted to another person, our body language does a fairly good job of conveying that message even before we are aware of it. These body language clues are universal, and many of these clues are physiological reactions, meaning that they aren't things that we have control over and they can't be faked. So even though he hasn't come out and told you directly, if you see these signs, you can be confident that he's attracted to you and wants to be more than just friends. So without further ado, here are the signs. Number 1, he's nervous around you. So this is such a classic sign. He gets nervous and maybe even tongue-tied around you. This is because he cares about what you think and he wants to make a good impression. Perhaps you intimidate him because he thinks you're out of his league and he may feel that he's falling short and that makes him nervous. So, does he seem jittery? Does he blush or turn red in your presence? Is he sweating more than what would be normal? And does he seem to have a hard time getting his words out? If so, these are all signs of being nervous. And don't get me wrong, nervousness is a good thing. Think about how you feel before going on a job interview for a position you really want. You want to make the best first impression because you want the job. And that puts the pressure on and makes you feel nervous. That's the same thing that's happening here. He wants you and thus is nervous that he isn't making a great impression. Now, the next one is not as obvious as it sounds, so make sure that you get the details here. Number 2, he gives you strong and sustained eye contact, especially from a distance. When a person is interested and attracted to you, they look at you a lot. Now, before I get too far into this one, I also need to say that if a guy is really nervous and shy around you, he may not maintain locked eyes with you when you are very near, especially if he isn't sure of how you feel. But from a distance, you will always catch him staring at you. So if a guy is looking at you and holding that sustained eye contact and giving you those smiling eyes, that's a great sign. And the second part of this, if he is close enough for you to see that his pupils are dilated, that's even better. When we are attracted to someone, our pupils dilate and it becomes obvious. And this one is also one that can't be faked. Unless you're sitting with him in the dark. And lastly, if you notice him glancing around your face, staring at your eyes, but then he looks at your mouth and then at your lips and then back at your eyes and maybe looks at your hair, those are more signs that he's attracted to you. Number 3, his voice is deeper when he speaks to you. Men deepen their voices when speaking to women that they're attracted to. Okay, so this might be a new one for some of you, but it's been well researched. Here's one example. In a 2010 study at Albright College in Pennsylvania, male and female study participants were asked to record messages to be played for fictional recipients. And the researchers showed these participants photos of people that they were told that they were going to message. And the more attractive the male participants rated the female recipients, the more likely they were to deepen their voices when recording the message. So, what does that mean? Well, when guys are attracted to someone, they unknowingly deepen their voices when speaking to them. This may be a means of demonstrating attraction towards opposite sex targets. So yes, if you notice that your friend deepens his voice, particularly when he's talking to you, that's a very strong indication that he likes you. Number 4, his palms are sweaty. Sweating palms is a classic physiological response to attraction. That's because the brain releases specific neurotransmitters whenever we're around a love interest. This brain cocktail produces feelings of excitement and a racing heart and breathlessness and moist hands. Norepinephrine in particular is responsible for rousing our sweat glands into action, and since our palms have up to 3,000 minuscule sweat glands per square inch, they can quickly become a telltale sign of sexual interest. So if you find that his hands are sweating, or if you suddenly notice him sweating in an otherwise cool location, yep, he likes you. Number 5, he licks his lips or presses them together. See, when you're attracted to someone, your mouth produces extra saliva. I wonder why that might be. But yeah, if he's doing some normal and not creepy licking of the lips or biting his lips when he's around you, yeah, he's interested. Actually, I know that I do this as well. When I like someone, I've caught myself many times like biting my lip. Number 6, he's standing straighter around you. The term peacocking has been used to describe the ways that men make a display of their attraction to someone. This is showy behavior that is designed to attract your attention. They are literally saying, look at me with their behavior. So if a man stands up straight, inhales deeply to puff out his chest, and positions his feet and shoulders evenly, he is trying to show you that he has a strong and fit body. He's trying to appear attractive to you. And from an evolutionary perspective, a strong, fit body is presumed to be more fertile. So, for example, he was slouching until you showed up. Then he sat up straight or stood a little taller when you came around. He probably pushed out his chest a bit and sucked in his gut too. These posture adjustments are done to look more attractive to you. They are a definite sign that he's attracted. By the way, is there something particular that you do when you like someone? Maybe it's something that your friends have pointed out or something that you do whenever you're crushing on someone. I'd love to hear about it. So leave a comment below and let's start a discussion. Number 7, grooming. When he straightens his tie or smooths or strokes his hair or buttons his coat when you appear, it's a good sign that he's attracted to you. But be careful when interpreting what grooming of the hair indicates. Yes, it can indicate that he is attracted to you, but it can also indicate unease and anxiety. That's why it's important to use this clue in tandem with other signs to get a clearer understanding of what to do next. Getting this one wrong can have disastrous results. Number 8, he initiates communication. He finds excuses to talk to you, or he talks to you outside of the place where you usually see him, like outside of work or outside of school, for example. If a guy likes you, he might ask you for things that he didn't necessarily need to ask you, or start a conversation that he didn't need to have with you. He might ask seemingly random questions and seeking your opinion about a restaurant or a movie or a place to shop. When he wants to get your attention, he'll think of something even if he just makes it up. And not only that, he keeps the conversation going. When a person is very interested in you, they seek to maintain the communication. Even if they're super busy and might not be able to respond immediately, when they do, they put effort into the communication and they seek to keep it going. There's nothing more annoying than texting with someone who takes hours to respond, and to make matters worse, when he actually does respond, it's usually something lame like a one-word response without furthering the conversation. So you'll know he really likes you when he holds a conversation, when he furthers the conversation and asks you questions that go beyond the obligatory acknowledgement and response to your text. Number 9, he mirrors your gestures and copies you. A very good subconscious sign to look for is if he's mirroring your actions back at you, and he won't even know he's doing it. If you make a gesture like touching or smoothing your hair, and then you notice that he makes the same gesture soon after, it means he's probably attracted to you. A great way to let him know that you're interested too, and kind of subtly, is to copy his actions as well. Touch your face after he touches his, smooth your hair when he smooths his, and so on. Number 10, body contact and touching. Another behavior that shows interest and attraction is touch. When someone is attracted to you, they will likely find some excuse to touch you more, and they will be more receptive to your touch as well. They may even increase their touching over time, going from friendly handshakes to greeting and parting with hugs. Or maybe he will try to get you to play a game that involves touching hands or something silly like that. Another form of touching is preening. Not peeing, I said preening. That's picking lint off of another person's clothing or straightening a crooked tie. preening also indicates that the person likes you. So if you notice that he sees something in your hair and removes it, or if he notices a hair on your face or something out of place, and rather than simply alert you or tell you about it, he removes it for you. It's kind of like he's grooming you. Here's something that you can try. If he's not touching you or bumping into you, you can try casually touching him and gauge his response. If you casually touch him and he abruptly pulls away, yeah, that's not a good sign. But if he's comfortable with it, that could indicate that he likes you. Oh, and here are a couple bonus signs. He leans in or maintains closer than average personal space and smiles, especially if his posture is open and his feet and pelvis are pointed towards you. So he's leaning in, getting closer. He's letting you know that he wants to hear you. Then, does he retreat or does he stay closer? Another clue, he smiles at you a lot. Real smiles, happy smiles. He smiles above the mouth. Real smiles extend well beyond the mouth. They lift the forehead and give you slightly squinty eyes. If his smile involves his whole face, it means you're genuinely affecting him in a good way. Now, there are also clues that a person is in love with you, even if he hasn't yet said those 3 magic words. Click here to watch a video about that now, or click here to watch the video that YouTube thinks that you'll like. I'll see you in that video.